Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. Today it's time for another video, but I'm not feeling really happy. This is not going to be the video that I had planned for weeks. This is a video that it turns out I am going to need. Now, I had spent a couple of weeks rebuilding the drip irrigation in my garden bed, and I videotaped every step of it. I had about 8 videos and lots of pictures, and I was going to cut it down and make this wonderful video on how to put drip irrigation into your garden beds. And then, due to inexperience and lack of understanding about how my software worked, I permanently deleted all the videos that I created. I was really depressed, I don't know, it was just a bad situation. But I realized this is a good opportunity because there's a lot of stress going on right now in this world, and I kind of wanted to show you what I do when I start feeling this kind of stress. So let's go and relieve some stress. So what I do when I'm feeling stress in my life is I go to my garden and I look for signs of life and see what's new. This right here is my serviceberry, and it is getting ready to bloom. It has gorgeous white blooms, and that just gives me hope and makes me really excited. This is my redbud, and as you can see, it is loaded with buds. It's not going to be long before this tree is covered in beautiful pink blooms. My chokecherry is full of buds, and with it is the promise of sweet-smelling chokecherry blossoms. That makes me really happy. One of the other trees full of blossoms is my Dapple pluot. These right here are the start of delicious tasting fruit. Don't know if you could see them, but look at the amount of buds getting ready to open on my pear tree. I absolutely love my Bartlett Pear. It's a promise of a lot of fruit. There's more buds getting ready to open on my apple trees, which is the promise of more delicious fruit. Speaking of the promise of fruit, this is just a taste of another video that I'm getting ready to make. I am so excited. This is my new Chicago Hardy fig. I've got the perfect place to plant that. So it makes me really happy. Strawberry bed all cleaned out. Yes, and we won't talk about the brand new drip line that's already put in and beautiful, but it's gonna work, so that makes me happy. So what if I don't have a video of it? Garlic makes me really happy. Newly planted onions and radish seedlings starting. We've got peas coming up. Now here's the results of the trial I did of planting chard and kale and other things by seed late in the fall, early winter. They didn't come up, and so I got depressed and planted the peas. And now look what's happening. They're starting to come up. This is chard, I think. I haven't seen any kale, but the chard is coming up. And then I also planted little baby spinach. It's gotten warm enough, I've replaced my plastic with garden floating row cover, the Agribon. And that's so that I can try and protect my wonderful, beautiful seedlings from worm damage. I've already seen cabbage butterflies flying around. Hopefully this helps protect them from aphids also. We've got peach trees in bloom. There's almost nothing that makes me happier than peaches. A little bit earlier, it's getting later in the evening, so they've gone home, but a little bit earlier we had bees on this pollinating. Swollen cherry blossoms getting ready to burst open. Something else that makes me very, very happy. Look how many blossoms we have on my plum tree. Santa Rosa plums make me really happy. We've got a bud on my tree peony. I absolutely love this plant. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you a picture of the buds when I open them. More things that make me happy. My weeping cherry is in bloom. And look at the riot of color with all these beautiful daffodils that are in bloom. We still have some leftover crocus blooming. Look how pretty these are. Look at the little orange center in there. Absolutely gorgeous. And I love this color of crocus. And the other side of my weeping cherry. Beautiful yellow crocus in all that sea of purple. I love that color combination. These are the only bulbs that I brought with me from California, and they're getting ready to bloom. Those are my favorite daffodils. And here are some more of my very favorite daffodils. I love this little orange center. Last of all, we've got my catmint. This is one of the first perennial flowers I have that starts to bloom. I don't see any of the buds yet, but they're in there. It smells so good, and this will bloom all the way until frost. I feel much better. And I challenge you, if you start feeling stressed, if you start feeling overwhelmed, head out to your yard. If you don't have a yard, head out to a park or someplace else and look for new signs of life. It's very refreshing. This is one of the main reasons I love gardening. So go have a wonderful garden adventure.